Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations. So, with that, we want you to relax, sit back, hydrate, and get ready for a stimulating conversation on how to win the day. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. And I'm Carolina from California Cover-Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. Welcome to the show. How you doing this
Welcome.
morning, friend?
I am well. I am well. And I we're talking about winning the day.
Mm,
Yeah.
indeed.
So, yeah. So this how are we going to win the day? What would you do if you knew that you couldn't fail?
Oh, amazing. Amazing. There's so many phone calls I'd make and so many connections I'd want to make.
Uh, So yeah, talk about that for just a quick second.
There are a lot of times there are things we just don't do because we don't think we can be successful. But I was looking over here on bustle.com and they were talking about several different ways to stay on schedule because one of the things about winning the day is you need to be on schedule. So they have a number of suggestions, and the first one I came across, which I thought was interesting, was give your what are you doing to give your individual task undivided attention. Oh, focus.
Mm.
How many times do we talk about that? Focus, people. Focus. We all over here and all over there. Oh my gosh. So, in other words, if you're working on something, no, you don't get to sneak over into Facebook or look over on Pinterest or take a 2 hour break to watch you have to keep a balanced schedule. So if that's what you like to do, in between tasks, schedule in 15 minutes or schedule in your show or do what you know what I mean, so that you can stay on task. We know who we are. We know what we love, and we're not trying to what would you say? Feel like we're doing jail time because we're working our
No,
business.
no, but you're absolutely right. Winning the day means that you're establishing a successful routine. And in that
Mhm.
routine, you should be planning fun in the midst of the day. But what you just said about focusing,
Focus.
uh, focus on your routine. Wait, focus on the routine. What's in your routine? What do you have to do every day? Okay, so let me go over a definition of success. Success is a series of right decisions or choices.
Mm.
Or how about this? Failure is a series of wrong decisions or choices. So the choice
Mm.
is yours. So you can be successful if you do successful activities every day.
Mhm.
If you're doing making successful decisions and choices, and that would depend on what it is that you're trying to do. If I am making a peach pie, then that means I should be going to get peaches. I should be looking at peach recipes, looking for the best times the peaches are out. Everything should be centered around the peach.
Mhm. Okay.
I shouldn't be at the beach picking up seashells because that activity is not leading me to the success of making the peach pie, the peach cobbler, ice cream, or whatever it is. I need to be doing activities and planning, and all my choices should be focused toward my goal.
Let's talk about this. How about the cookie lady at church? Now, what is she doing on Saturday night?
Making cookies.
Hopefully, she's making cookies because I really enjoy those cookies, and her audience looks forward to seeing those cookies on Sunday
On
morning.
Sunday morning, right?
So she needs to make sure she's got the packaging. I'm just going through my mind thinking, what would her routine look like to get ready for Saturday evening?
Okay, so let's take a look at that. She probably went shopping for all the ingredients.
Hmm.
She probably decided how many, oh wait, sit down, how many packages am I going to make today? Wait,
Hmm.
there's a plan.
Oh, see.
So in this whole winning the day and establishing a routine, there are four things that you have to do.
Hmm.
I'm gonna mix them up a little bit. Planning.
I always start with the plan. What's today going to look like?
I don't know.
And ladies, we know how to make a plan. When we're going shopping, we usually have a list. We were taught to make a list, or we saw someone else make a list. Um, so planning is just listing out what's going to happen.
What needs to be done? What do you need to do today? What is that thing that needs to happen today? Because success is a series of right decisions.
All
What
right.
and the first right decision is I'm going to plan my day. I'm going to plan out what needs to happen today. And if I'm making
Mhm.
peach pie, my plan should, like Anna just said, should be peach centric. It should my my plans should wrap around peaches if I'm making a peach pie.
Okay.
Or like the cookie lady, she's making cookies. She planned out what type of cookies she's going to sell. And then the other part of the business model that every business should be doing, there are four major keys. Key one is planning. Key
Hmm.
two is tracking. Because if the cookie lady was tracking, she would
Tracking what we're
know, oh,
doing.
my peanut butter cookies sell more. Right. The peanut butter cookies sell more than the chocolate chips. So I need to make more of the peanut butter cookies. But she wouldn't know that if she wasn't tracking
Hmm.
what she was selling.
Exactly.
Well, people are buying them. People are buying them at $5. They're not buying them at 15. So
Okay.
she needed to adjust the prices so that she knew, okay, this is a good price point. So there's the
Excellent.
planning,
Hmm.
there's tracking. Then you got to be creative.
Yeah. Anna says data is useful. Hey,
It
Jerry,
really
how you
is.
doing this morning?
Yes, data is very, very useful because you can make better decisions about what you're doing.
Hmm.
Okay. So now she's tracked, she planned out she's going to do cookies, and you make better plans when you have the right data.
Oh, a data-driven decision.
Oh, wow. Not like, oh, I think I'll just make the cookies just cuz, and you didn't, you
I think
use
I'll
the data. Go ahead.
I think I'll sell swimsuits even though I'm at a ski conference because I just love swimsuits and everybody loves swimsuits. Okay, that's true. But if we're here to ski, we probably don't want that right now.
So your tracking and your data is helping you plan better.
Hmm.
And you can still be creative with the cookies. You can be creative. It's like, okay, I think it's Christmas is coming, and or Thanksgiving is coming. Maybe I want to add a little flair to the cookie. You use your creativity in your business. So you have to use all four aspects of this business: planning, tracking, creativity.
Hmm.
Then comes discipline.
Ah, Okay.
You
And
have to be, go ahead.
that's where you want some realistic deadlines. You know what I mean? Don't be trying to cram everything into one day. It may take a little longer than it usually does. So if you track how long it took you, then you're able to better schedule your day.
Right. And Anna says regarding the swimsuit situation, unless there's a jacuzzi on the premises, then it's not
Exactly.
such a
And
bad
then
time.
you want to put your swimsuit model in a Santa Claus hat or something, or put in a little fur cape so she can walk to the pool. Because people do use spas at resorts. So yes, the swimsuits may be hard to find that time of year. So you've got to find a strategy that markets that to that resort person or that travel person, because they do need the swimsuit. But if you're at a conference, the likelihood of you selling um, ski wax is probably better than bikinis, because they probably came with their bikinis because they knew there was going to be a shortage. However,
So, so when we're talking about winning the day and understanding that success is a series of right decisions, so
mhm,
we have to make right decisions every day.
mhm. Hey, Karen. Yeah.
Right decisions will get you to success. Wrong decisions get you to failure. So,
Mhm.
um, so get up every day, string together the right decisions, and you win.
There you go.
That's easier said than done because there are things that are distracting to us, shiny objects. Oh,
Ah.
different things pop up, and you should be making calls to your audience. You should be making calls to your customers. They may not have heard from you in 7 or 8 years, but you should be making calls. Find out, how did that fit? Did you like it? How are things going? You got any questions? But if you're not doing that or making time, you may not be able to call everybody, but you can call some bodies on your list. How's it going?
Mm.
Any, they may say, oh, you know what? I need to order another dozen cookies. Can I get those offline now? Or do I have to wait till
Exactly.
Sunday? Because you did
Yep.
take your name and number of the people that you've been talking to as a part of
Mhm.
your routine.
Now,
So go ahead.
lifestyle. Let me add this. Lifestyle writer Nadia Goodman, an entrepreneur. She says, practice concentration by turning off all distractions and committing your attention to a single task. Start small, maybe 5 minutes per day, and work up to larger chunks of time. Okay, not larger chunks of cake. Okay, or bigger cookies. If you find your mind wandering, she said, just return to the task at hand. If you find yourself itching to check Instagram or take a quick chocolate break or something, just tell yourself no and keep working. Exercise that productivity muscle, is what she's saying. So
And
stick to the
and
task.
once you get that down, routines are easy when you repeat them over and over again.
Mm,
It once you get into a role, it's like going to the gym. You'll be like, I can't stop. I need to go to the gym. I need to go, because you've created a habit that your body and your mind is now used to doing it. And so it becomes easy. It becomes
mhm.
second nature, like driving, riding a bike, that type of thing. It becomes second nature. So Anna says, knowing your audience, making your email list, and Jerry said, follow up. And Coach Karen says 10 a day keeps your company steadily growing every day. Hmm.
Mhm.
10 what, Karen? 10 a day? 10 calls a day? Or expound on that, Karen. Um, so once you've established that routine and you're working on it and you're
Mhm.
going and it's moving, you don't think about it, how hard it is, or I want to go do something else because you've disciplined.
Mm.
That's the third thing. You got planning and tracking, then you've got discipline, creativity. So you plan, you or planning, tracking, discipline. The discipline of doing it every day. This is what Karen
Mm.
is talking about, 10 a day. And I was at a conference over the weekend and they were talking about call 20 people a day. Now, we've been heard call 5,
What?
whatever. Okay, so you can do the bare minimum and get the bare minimum, or you can do what you should do. You can call 20 people. You can reach
Most,
out to 20 people,
most of them are going to go to voicemail anyway.
but you can go to 20 people on social media. Hey, how did that work out for you? How's the course going for you? Any questions that you have about the course? What do you think we can improve on? Talking to the people. You can talk to 20 people if you stay. What was the word, that F word you used today, Terry?
Focus.
Focused.
Focus,
Coach
people.
Karen
Focus.
said, put on a timer. 30 minutes, you can get 20 calls in. Hey,
Mm.
this is Fran, just calling to follow up and see how things are going with you and your family today. Okay, great. It was nice talking to you. Check with you later. Next call. Next
Mm-hmm.
call. Next call. Next call. You never know what they say. Oh, by the way, I need some help with a new course. I don't know how to do a particular thing. Can you help me with A, B, C, or D? Just because you made the call. And it was a conversational call.
Mm-hmm.
Brenna says, true, good habits are more difficult to establish while negative ones are easier. Irony at its finest. And I think that, Brenna, comes from our perception. If we perceive it to be hard, then we start dragging our feet, putting on anchors because we don't want to do it. But
Or
if
if
we
we're not,
change it, go ahead.
or if we're not phone people, I'm not a phone person. I'm not a. To me, sometimes I perceive phone calls as an interruption of my day, and so I perceive that other people feel that way too. However, if I change my perspective to, oh, I'm calling a friend because our customers are our friends, my whole face changes, my whole attitude changes about it. I'm not calling to hit my friends up for a sale. I'm calling to check on them. So now my body relaxes, my conversation's more relaxed. You know, I have no alternative motive. Is that how you pronounce that?
Yes, it's a conversation you're having with friends. Hey, just wanted to say how is everything going? You spent for my industry, I probably have spent the last 3 months with somebody when they're purchasing a house. So I'm talking to them. I'm constantly calling them through the process, following up. Hey, how are things? Did you get that thing solved? You start talking to people. Yes, we have social media and we
Mm.
have direct messages and all like that. And this is what uh, Anna is saying, text, but don't just slide into my DM for all your moment to moment thoughts.
For
I
real.
don't care. She said, I don't care. But you can talk to people, reach out to people. On Facebook, we have Messenger. And I'm
Hmm.
getting things from Messenger. I'm like, okay, I'm just like, uh, I don't like being spammed in Messenger, so I'm not going to spam you. If I'm going to talk to you in Messenger, I'm going to let you know there is something specifically for you, and
Hmm.
maybe not do the whole form letter in Messenger or the form text in Messenger.
Oh
Make
my
it a
God.
personal text in
How about the
Messenger.
texts that just go on and on? They're like paragraphs. I'm like, is this what text messaging is for?
Yeah, no, and what I'm saying to you is, if you're doing a follow up with somebody and you're doing it in Messenger, make it about them and not about your promo, your latest thing going on. Or at least if you're going to talk about your latest thing going on, just say, hey, personalize it. I was thinking about you today, and I just want to let you know that, because you purchased some other things you might be interested in with what we got going on. Thanks for your time. Personalize that thing. Don't make it a form text. So
Mhm.
Coach Karen says, whenever I tell people to just check in, she talks about doing that. And then Brenda says, I will learn to be an email person. I'll call, text, message, no problem. See, I like the fact that Brenda has call on there, because talking to people makes it's better talking to them. A
Mhm.
text is good too. Email is okay. Is email the best thing for you? How most email goes to spam or somewhere else. So is email the best? Maybe email is something that you do after you've talked to them and said, hey, I'm sending you an email.
Yes.
Not the email being the thing that tries to get their attention, because most people are not opening email.
Mm-mm.
And I'm getting to the point where I may not open my messenger, but I check it so that I
Know
don't want to
something?
miss something.
You know what, Francine? I think this whole thing is cyclical. Okay, so for a while, we were all about the phone call. Then we didn't want a phone call. Then we wanted an email. Then we didn't want an email. Now we want a text. And now I think we're back to wanting a personal phone call because they're rarer than the texts and the emails.
Right.
Except for these stupid robocalls that I don't know what that is. That has just
Right.
gone crazy.
Anna says my landline goes to the machine. My iPhone is locked down, so only 4 people can get through, and one is my 82-year-old dad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, Anna, how are your customers getting through to you? And then she says, I have someone writing me all the time from India, and I'm so close to blocking this person. Oh. And Brenda says, but it annoys me when people don't respond. It makes me think they didn't give me the right number or email. And they may not respond. They may not be ready to respond. You're going to have to be okay with that. Rejection is part of the game.
And it doesn't mean
There
they
are times,
rejected you. It doesn't
not
mean they
you.
rejected you. And it doesn't mean that they're not thinking about buying something. Francine, now let's think about these. Let's think about this in terms of TV commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we see it, it's on our mind. And then when we get back, oh, who's the first one to come on? Oh, Brenna asked me about that. She has that. So it's not always that we're going to pick up the phone and order right now, Brenna. That doesn't
No,
mean
and
it's not. My point is, it doesn't mean it's not working.
no, and
Okay.
it's a time thing, because it will take time. Like I wanted to purchase something. I know I needed a new wardrobe or something from IKEA, and I knew I was going to buy it. I just didn't buy it that day. I needed to
Mhm.
research it, which kind do I want, and I need to look at some stuff, but I knew where I was going to go to get it.
Mhm.
It's like with Brenna's products. I knew I wanted stuff for my house I knew I wanted stuff for the house that was non-toxic, and I
Uh-huh.
knew where I was going to go to buy it. I was going to go to Brenna to get it, but I needed to sit down and decide, what items do I want? How do I want to clean my house? Because see, I needed a cleaning schedule. Not that I'm going to clean it all the time. Yes, I can have somebody come in, but I don't want them coming in with their chemicals. So I had to put together a plan on how I wanted to get the house clean. Now I can call Brenna and say, okay, I need these tools. And so when I call the housekeeper or somebody to come in, you will use this, you will use this. This is how we do this, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm thinking that Brenna really ought to set up a cleaning service, hire some ladies and train them how to use non-toxic chemicals, and set up an organic cleaning service. But that's a
Mm,
whole nother story, Brenna. Because I'm not trying to, I got the stuff and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this at all. I just want people to come that are trained to use this stuff.
right. Um, and so here's Anna. She says, I can write a long letter in my DM, which is a direct message, pretty easily to friends. I didn't realize how annoying it is till I got blasted from this India guy. She said, oh my God. And then she says, oh, Karen says, or uh, or ask how are they receiving it. That's true, Karen. You want to ask how do people want to get information from
How do
you?
they communicate? Yeah.
Yeah, Anna says I'm notoriously bad at checking my email. I have to keep working at it. I
Okay,
check
wait a
for
minute. We're not
important.
answering the phone. We're not doing the email. What are we doing, Anna, over there? Are you texting? What you doing? Or you just
Uh,
incommunicado?
uh, and Coach Karen says you need a mix regardless. That's just how business rolls.
Mhm.
You have to do what the client wants. How do they communicate? If they
Oh,
say I
okay.
need you to send me an email, send them an
Mhm.
email. If they say I just need you to text me, text them. If they say I want you to call me, then call them. Whatever they need is what we should be doing.
So when we get them
Um,
on the phone, that should be one of the questions. What's the best way to
correct,
communicate with you? Call, text, or email?
correct. What's the best way for me to connect with you?
What's your preference? Yeah.
Anna says she hasn't opened up channels for business yet. So that's
Oh,
a
okay.
good, so now
That
you
makes
can
sense.
decide how you're going to do that. Um, Brenda says she sent samples, and Anna says learning Active Campaign lately. Okay, that's a new email system, I do believe. I'm not sure. Please tell us how that works for you. Brenna says from her vendor event, uh, handing in a person.
Little raffle. You know how they spill their stuff out on the back?
Yes. Okay. And then Coach Karen says you're going to have to be patient. And
Mhm.
Anna says, I showed up in stealth. I'm stealth. I show up and help others shows and then just disappear.
And then just disappear.
And Mark said, I prefer stalking, stay present in their mind. Mark is funny. So you want to, so we're talking about winning the day, yes.
Mhm.
And we've been talking about making our routines where they're easy and where you don't have to think about it. You know that you're going to do your planning and your tracking.
Mhm.
You got to do that. You know you're going to be disciplined in whatever it is that you got to do for the day. But what is that? If you don't sit down and plan out the day, how do you know what to be disciplined on? Phone calls. There are certain things you just need to do for business. Seriously. And we don't do those things sometimes,
Mm.
but we want to know why we don't have business. Because
Hello.
Karen said we got to do 10 a days. 10 a days. Do these things consistently, be diligent with them, be creative. And then the last thing is to rest and reflect. Go back at the end of your day, when you're taking a chill pill and resting, and reflect on what you did during that day that worked.
Mm.
Oh, Anna said avoid jail. It's very costly. So there are four things that you have to do in business, and in order for business to grow, that's planning and tracking has to happen. Discipline and rest and relaxation and creativity. You have got to do all four of those things. Sometimes a lot of people want to stay in the creative mode. Ooh, I'm making this, and you know how you've seen the YouTube people and they're creating what are they? Planners, and they're creating stuff, and they're just in there creating and creating, but they didn't call a client. They
Mm.
didn't follow up with a client. So they're doing the creative stuff, but they're not doing the other stuff that needs to go along with the business, or they didn't plan. Okay, 2020 is coming. Do you all have your 2020 year planned out?
Mm.
What's happening in 2020? What's happening? Karen says, Brenna, you have to set up a system and just keep repeating it until. And then Mark says, I always find that it's usually more effective to do the things on your to-do list that you dread the most first. Finishing them, getting them out of the way energizes you. So right, Mark. Because once you get them off the list, then you're like, ooh, I can go play now. Coach Karen, she has come on and talked to us before, and she says, okay, I can't watch TV, I can't play, I can't do anything until I get my work done.
Mhm.
No fun stuff until you get your work done. And maybe that's what we have to go back to. Get your homework done first, then you can go out and play.
Mm.
Karen also says planning and tracking is a must. And Anna says Owen is a boss. It's so much more than just creating video. He could give you the 411 on Active Campaign and other useful tools.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And so what are we going to do? So winning your day needs you should have already established a routine because that's going to be necessary. Then your non-negotiable routine is a part of that block. Your
Okay.
non-negotiable, let me your
Non-negotiable.
non-negotiable personal time block is important. That's where you're hydrating, your prayer and meditation, your exercise. What else is in that? In your personal growth, reading and listening to podcasts or something. That's all of that. That's your personal time. That part of the routine, that's non-negotiable. You have to have that. That's where no calls are coming in, nobody is pinging and ringing and doing anything. Then you have your non-negotiable work time block. That's when you're doing the other four things that we just talked about: your planning and tracking, your um, creativity, your, at the end of the day, your rest and relaxation, and going back over what you did during the day to find out what worked and what didn't work. Okay. And then yeah, that, and then the third thing was your evening routine, when you're going back, like we just said, going back over the day, finding out
Reflect.
what worked, what didn't work, celebrating your wins.
Oh, we do get to celebrate. We do get to smile during the course of the day.
Yes. And Mark says, for me, the most important part of winning the day is having a definition of winning before the day begins. Well put, Mark. How are you defining, measuring success for yourself? Very good, Mark. And so sticking to the routine, that's a
Mm.
decision too.
Mm.
Deciding that I'm going to stick to this routine, making up my mind that this is what I'm doing today. I'm going to make the 10 calls or the 20 calls. Today is Veterans Day. I want to do a shout out to all of those who are veterans, who have served and are currently serving. We want to thank you for your service.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, because we are military families, both Terry and myself. My dad was in the Navy.
And mine was in the Air Force.
Right. So, and we have a young man who's a friend of ours. He's just getting into the Marines. Hoorah. So, thank you for your service. We definitely would not be sitting here without you.
And the opportunity to be able to say whatever we want to say, freedom of speech. Thank you for protecting all of that. We appreciate what you've done and what you're doing.
Yes. So, winning your day, establish a successful routine, stick to the routine, And Anna says, you're so welcome. I'm the moderator for his mastermind. He's on target for hitting his goal of $500,000 this year. This is talking about Owen. And that's with a family of 6 moving and moving. I'm telling you, Owen Hamseth, you're going to want to follow his YouTube and Instagram, of course, here on Facebook. Hashtag just saying. Thank you, Anna. Go check out Owen. Everybody go check out Owen. He comes highly recommended from Anna. And while you're checking out Owen, check out Anna too. Coach Karen. Oh, sorry. This week,
Mhm.
1, write 2 blogs. Oh, this is Karen's plan. This week, 1, write 2 blogs. 2, finish writing my sales. 3, go live daily in my group. 4, write a chapter in my book daily. 5, work with clients 3 days per week. 6, work on my courses for personal read and workout, meeting with self, enjoy some mental relaxed time.
Mhm.
Now, see, and she said this is continuous. She does this all the time. And yet every day it's important.
Vet
So
Day. Vet Day.
yeah, yes, Veterans Day is so important, but you got to put your routine into play. Repetition is not fun, but
Mm.
it's so necessary. That is how you win. Okay, so when you were a baby and you began to walk, did you just sit down when you fell, or did you get up and start walking? Are
Mhm.
we still putting one foot in front of the other to move? Yeah, we still are putting one foot in front of the other. That hasn't changed. Anna said you can find him at Owen Hamseth. Hamseth. Okay. Thank you. And then Brenda says her grandpa served, and she says thank you to all who served. So we have to keep doing it over and over. The boring stuff. Karen calls it the boring parts of business. We don't want to do it. Terry and I call it the vegetables. You need to eat them. This is stuff you have to do to win in your business. To win the day, you got to make successful decisions and choices.
Yes,
You
indeed.
can't just not. It's like, oh, I don't feel like doing it today. She says, I'm over at Comment Curator, aka Comment Diva, working on changing my name on my business page. Okay, Anna,
Mm.
thank you. And we got Jerry Scott here. She is
Hey
very
Jerry, how you
creative
doing?
and she's working on some things, and we'll be telling you about those a little later. But we are all got something to share with the world. The genius that we need to share, we have got to get it out there. We need your genius. The world needs your genius. See, your gift is not for you, it's for other people. And you need to get it out there.
Mhm. Yeah.
And Mark says, and
Not
not
making
making a choice
it's a
is
choice.
a choice.
Mhm.
So thank you, Karen. Karen is going to be heading out because she's going to go work on her stuff. Today is a holiday for us, but
Mhm.
um, many of us are still working. And we will definitely see you on Wednesday, Karen. So today, think about your what's happening in what's going to be happening for your week, for your year next year, because yes, Christmas is coming and all of that, but we
Okay.
still got some time to plan.
We do.
Okay. Success is
And
a
Jerry,
series of the
we appreciate you too. She says, thank you, ladies. We appreciate what you're doing. Thanks, Jerry. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Jerry.
all of you. And we thank you all for tuning in and spending time with us today.
Yes. Follow one another. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
Follow one another.
Mhm.
Success is a series of the right decisions and choices.
There you go.
And we
Mark, we
thank you
love
that,
you.
yes. I have
You always
3
bring
months scheduled. Cool beans, Brenna. Brenna
Brenda,
says
we
she's got 3
appreciate
months
you.
scheduled in 2020.
Wow, that is phenomenal. You go, girl.
Right. So we want to say thank you because you made a decision and a choice to come and check us out today. We appreciate it. And we will be back tomorrow with TJ, all the way from New York City, talking about social media and digital marketing. Then we'll be back with Wednesday on Coach Karen. Thursday, we are talking happy, healthy habits with Robin Shimizu. Friday, we're talking tech. And I want to ask, did anybody talk? I wasn't there last Friday because I was at a conference, but did anybody talk about the new Facebook layout? How is that working for you? So come in on Friday and let's have a conversation about that, because I was given access to the new layout for Facebook, and
Mhm.
I just want to hear your feedback. All right, Terry.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in. We also want you to remember, don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Love you. See you later, friend. Bye-bye,
All
ladies.
righty. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Thank you.